Early in the flight, the friction had tangled up the drag ropes and the bottom of the basket was touching the water. The drag ropes twisted around so much they came free of the screw holes on their own. Witnesses also reported seeing the crew dumping bags of sand to help lighten the weight. Though they were able to clear the water, with no drag ropes, they lost over 1,000 pounds of weight. Now they were just another hydrogen balloon with no ability to steer. With all of the extra weight lost, it caused the balloon to rise higher than they wanted to. The crew rose to a height of about 2,000 feet and the balloon was quickly losing hydrogen. After 2 days, they landed on some pack ice. Being too far from their goal from the North Pole, the team attempted to go back home. The camera that was brought on board was used to document their journey as the crew faced extreme cold, storms, and the ever-shifting ice floes. The expedition was well equipped except for their clothes made of wool and over that they wore oilskins. Not really great for Arctic weather. From the diary entries, the men complained about being cold and wet all the time. Before heading off, the crew took as many provisions as they could, leaving a lot behind. After a week of having to trek over the shifting ice and pull all of that weight, wore them down. To lighten the load each sled was carrying, they left even more provisions behind. The crew managed to kill some of the wildlife for food and had plenty of fresh drinking water from the melt ponds. Their original goal was to head towards Juyang, but the wind and bad weather pushed them back. The crew resigned to camp on a large ice floe and let it take them where it would. After a month, the ice floe hit Kvitoya Island. The ice broke up right under their hut due to the stress of being pressed against the rocks. The crew moved all their supplies onto the island. André's diary entry made on October 8 read, "It feels fine to be able to sleep here on fast land as a contrast with the drifting ice out upon the ocean where we constantly heard the cracking, grinding, and din. We shall have to gather driftwood and bones of whales and we'll have to do some moving around when the weather permits." In 1930 was an unusually warm year where the island of Kvitoya that is normally covered in fog and surrounded by thick ice could be seen. A Norwegian sealing vessel was in the area, had some of its crew go to the island in search of water. That is when they came upon the skeletal remains of the André's expedition. It was discovered that all 3 men had died shortly after the last diary entry. What was pieced together is that Strindberg was attacked by a polar bear because of the way his clothes were ripped. That same bear also injured Frankel, who later died in the tent. André's death is believed to be caused by morphine overdose since he was found sitting upright against a rock with a rifle by his side, along with empty morphine bottles that were found on the site. The bodies of all 3 men were brought back to Stockholm where there was a funeral procession held in their honor. It was written to be one of the most solemn and grandiose manifestations of national mourning that has ever occurred in Sweden.